kita na manawai. Amen.
Dabalanya yo onne nke Chukwu dị asọ. Ayo.
Like, subscribe, and
Anyị
share,
na-ayọ gị
right?
o Chukwu ka enye Kraịst anyị n'ime obi anyị. Ka anyị bụ ndị nje butere ozi ọma wee mara iwere arụ Kristi nwanyị site n'afọ ya na obi ya wee bata n'osite na mbilite n'ọnwụ ya site na Kristi dị nwere anyị. Amen. Otito dịrị Nna na Nwa na Mmụọ Nsọ.
Etu ọ dị n'izu na nkịta na ebo niile n'ụwa ebe ebe. Amen.
Otito dịrị Nna na Nwa na Mmụọ Nsọ.
Etu ọ dị n'izu na nkịta na ebo niile n'ụwa ebe ebe. Amen.
Otito dịrị Nna na Nwa na Mmụọ Nsọ.
Etu ọ dị n'izu na nkịta na ebo niile n'ụwa ebe ebe. Amen.
Ka mkpụrụ obi ndị niile kwerenụ gara aga
Site n'ebere nke Chukwu ka ha zuru ike na ndokwa.
ka mkpụrụ obi fa zuru ike na ndokwa.
Amen.
Onye nwe anyị nọnyere ụnụ,
Nọnyekwara mmụọ gị.
ka Chineke ji ike niile gọzie ụnụ, Nna na Nwa na Mmụọ Nsọ.
Amen.
Listen to news updates on Ebonadi 103.5 FM immediately after Angeles 6 o'clock a.m. and 6 o'clock p.m. weekdays. Stay tuned to be updated, to be informed. News updates, live reports. Ebonadi FM breaks the news with actualities.
I believe that if we are hoping for a new Nigeria,
You can as well listen online via mixlr.com/gistfm.
Good morning and welcome to Abona, the 103.5 FM news update today, Thursday, the 20th day of July 2023, and the time is 3 minutes past the hour of 6. Martin Epan Chukwuekeze is my name. The headlines. Federal government inspects erosion sites in Anambra. INEC stakeholders brainstorm seek to improve on Imo, Kogi, Bayelsa elections. Abia government promises greater collaboration with NEMA, other agencies. Gunmen kill 3 in Imo communities, kidnap Catholic priest. Petrol price increase is 630 naira per liter in Enugu. Chinese live streamers take international stage. Now, details. Federal government inspects erosion sites in Anambra. Worried by the increasing ecological challenges facing Anambra State, the federal government delegation from the Ecological Project Office under the Office of the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, SGF, has carried out an on-the-spot assessment visit to some erosion sites in Anambra State. The inspection was carried out in partnership with the Anambra State Ministry of Environment. Addressing the press shortly after the inspection on Wednesday, the leader of the delegation, Mr. Lawal Muhammad, said the visit was to ascertain the level of damage already caused by erosion and to know how the federal government can intervene speedily to end the menace. Muhammad, who is an assistant chief civil engineer at the Ecological Project Office, said the report will get to the appropriate authorities and assure of quick intervention from the federal government. He said, however, it is noteworthy that the Ecological Fund Office is an office under the Office of the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, headed by a permanent secretary. The fund constitutes 1% of the Federation account and is known as the Derivation and Ecological Fund. The State Commissioner for Environment, Engineer Felix Odumegwu, on his reaction, lamented the increasing number of erosion sites in the state, declaring that the problem is beyond what the state can handle. He called on the federal government to increase ecological funding according to Anambra, citing the peculiarity of the challenges faced by the state, decrying the devastation at Ukpo, Ezinifite, and Amici in Nnewi South and Umudim, Nnewi North local government area. Some of the erosion sites visited were Royal Estate Ubaba Village, behind the College of Nursing, Mpo, Oba, Goli erosion site, Nzozobul Ekusigo, Umudike Ukpo, Ukpo Nnewi Road, Aweziumo, Ezinifite, Nnewi South, Obedi, Amish, Goli erosion site, among others. Gunmen killed 3 in Imo communities, kidnap Catholic priest. Owerri. Gunmen have killed 3 persons in about 2 communities of Orugwe and Irete in Owerri, West local government area of Imo State. An eyewitness who confirmed the development to newsmen in Owerri said the attacks happened in different locations early this week. He said the former Enugu psychiatric director, popularly known as Ojojo, was attacked and his vehicle snatched. The reason for the attack was linked to the Simon Ekpa announced sit-at-home order in the southeast. The eyewitness said it is sad the people of Ndegu and Orugwe, both communities in Owerri West, no longer sleep with their 2 eyes closed. On Wednesday, 2 people were killed at Orugwe, while 1 was killed at Ndegu by same attackers. A former Enugu psychiatric director had his vehicle snatched last Monday. Reacting, the Imo State Police Public Relations Officer Henry Okoye said, "I am yet to receive an official report on the above cases." INEC stakeholders brainstorm seek to improve on Imo, Kogi, Bayelsa elections. The Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) has engaged electoral officers (EOs) for the smooth conduct of the forthcoming Imo, Kogi, and Bayelsa state governorship elections. At a post-election review meeting held with electoral officers Wednesday in Abuja, the INEC chairman, Prof. Mahmoud Yakubu, said that having engaged with stakeholders at the sub-national level, it was necessary for the commission to focus on engaging with stakeholders at the national level with the commission's frontline officials, the electoral officers. Professor Yakubu disclosed that the commission has considered it appropriate to interface with transport providers to review logistic arrangements by inviting the leadership of the National Union of Road Transport Workers, the National Association of Road Transport Owners, and the Maritime Workers Union of Nigeria. He noted that the success of any election primarily depends on the ability to deploy personnel and materials to various locations. He said there is no doubt that the success of any election primarily depends on that ability to deploy personnel, materials to various locations in Nigeria. This involves the biggest logistics development the nation periodically undertakes across vast terrains and often this difficult topography. This has been a perennial challenge over time, but is now compounded by issue of infrastructure and insecurity. In line with the Commission's policy, when the review engagements are completed, a comprehensive report will be prepared. I therefore urge you to lend your wealth of experience to the discussion in order to identify areas of strength and weaknesses for immediate employment in forthcoming elections, especially the 3 off-cycle governorship elections in Bayelsa, Imo, and Kogi states scheduled to hold on Saturday, 11th November 2023, he stated. Abia government promises greater collaboration with NEMA, other agencies. The Abia government says it will encourage greater collaboration with National Emergency Management Agency, NEMA, in providing support to victims of natural disasters in the state. The secretary to the state government, SSG, Professor Kenneth Carlos, said this on Wednesday when a delegation from NEMA Owerri Operations Office paid him a courtesy visit in Umuahia. Newsman reports that the Owerri Operations Office of the agency covers Imo and Abia and assuaging their sufferings. He said that the agency shared the same mission with the present administration in the state. He, however, argued that the only difference is that government does not wait for disaster to happen. According to SSG, we want to proactively create a good environment for people within the limit of their available resources. He further expressed the government's willingness to always collaborate with federal, state, and government agencies as well as international partners for the well-being of the citizenry. Earlier, the head of Owerri Operations Office, Mr. Ifeanyi Nnaji, on behalf of his Director General, Dr. Habib Ahmed, congratulated Dr. Alex Oti on his emergence as the Abia governor. Nnaji said that NEMA had been collaborating with Abia State Emergency Management Agency, SEMA, in terms of sensitization, advocacy, and humanitarian interventions to some disaster-affected council areas of the state. We intend to mitigate the effect than attending to disaster when it happens, Nnaji said. Petrol price increase is 630 naira per liter in Enugu. Price of premium motor spirits, PMS, otherwise known as petrol, has increased, reaching an all-time high of between 610 naira and 630 naira in Enugu metropolis. investigation in parts of the city, including Okunano, Ababanike, and Obiago areas on Wednesday showed that there were availability of the product, but the price varied. Findings also showed that there were no queues in most petrol stations in the city. Transportation in the city has also increased by about 50 naira. For example, movement from Gariki to New Market, which used to cost 250 naira, is now 300 naira. Also, from Mayor Junction to the Holy Ghost Market, which used to cost 200 naira, now goes for 250 naira. Also, from Obiago to New Market, New Heaven, and Ababa, that used to cost 150 naira, is now 200 naira, respectively, by small mini bus. A secondary school student, Margaret Ede, who goes to WTC from Okunano every morning, said she paid 200 naira instead of 150 naira due to the petrol price increase. I can't wait for schools to close so that my parents can make some savings. They are spending a lot on my siblings and I just on transport alone, she said. A bus driver, Mr. Nelson Igwebike, lamented that hike in price of petrol, describing it as wrong. Where do we run to in this country? It appeared that every government is just interested in making things difficult for the poor masses, he said. The civil servant, Mrs. Obiageli Okoli, said she would discuss with her superior in office on number of days to go to the office. I live far from the office, therefore I cannot be going to the office every day. I will discuss with my boss because I can't cope, she said. Mr. Sunday Onovo, a tricycle operator, said the economic situation was getting unbearable to the ordinary man. As you can see, look at many cyclists, but no passengers. Nobody is coming out because of hardship, he said. Onovo said that many people prefer trekking due to increasing hardship occasioned by the petrol price increase. Now we move over to the foreign scene. Chinese live streamers take international stage. Chinese live streamers have set their sights on TikTok shoppers in the United States and Europe, hawking everything from bags, apparel to crystals, with their eyes on potentially lucrative market, despite uncertainties over the platform's future in the US and elsewhere. In China, where live streaming e-commerce is forecast to reach China yuan 4.9 trillion by the year's end, popular hosts like Lipstick King, Austin Lee racked up tens of millions of dollars in sales during a single live stream. Many brands, including L'Oreal, Nike, and Louis Vuitton, have begun using live streaming to reach more shoppers. But the high competitive live streaming market in China has led some hosts to look to Western markets to carve out niches for themselves. TikTok, whose parent company is Chinese technology firm ByteDance, have been criticized for its Chinese ties and accused of being a national security risk due to the data it collects. TikTok did not provide comment for this story, despite the scrutiny faced by TikTok. Many Chinese hosts view the US as a vast ocean of opportunity, as a emerging market that has yet to be saturated with live streaming shows. There's more opportunity for growth to target America because the competition is so fierce in China, said founder and managing director of China Market Research Group in Shanghai, Xun Ren. Ren also said that Chinese merchants can often price items higher in the US, where customers are accustomed to paying higher prices compared in China, where product margins are often resulting. The format is going to work because it's been proven, said Chief Executive Officer of e-commerce consultants World Platinum Investment Council, Jacob Cook. Smaller companies, including those in China that are attempting to sell on TikTok, might lack enough data on what customers want in markets like the US. He said once they do get that figured out, they will start to have a very good success, Cook said. This is where we draw the curtain on news update on Ebonadi 103.5 FM. But before we leave, a quick look at the headlines. Federal government inspects erosion sites in Anambra. INEC stakeholders brainstorm, seek to improve on Imo, Kogi, Bayelsa elections. Abia government promises greater collaboration with NEMA, other agencies. Gunmen kill 3 in Imo communities, kidnap Catholic priest. Petrol price increase is 630 naira per liter in Enugu. Chinese live streamers take international stage. You just listened to news updates on Ebonade 103.5 FM news, produced and read by Martin Ipanshupu Ikeze. Thank you for listening. Good morning.
Listen to news updates on Ebonade 103.5 FM immediately after Angelus 6 o'clock a.m. and 6 o'clock p.m. weekdays. Stay tuned to be updated, to be informed. News updates, live reports. Ebonade FM breaks the news with actualities.
I believe that if we are hoping for a new Nigeria,
You can as well listen online via mixlr.com/GistFM.
You make me man them say what is this?
At the pool, yes, a party at the pool. One night, man, Wako Gidi Festival 2023, Residency Hotel Yopin, Ogidi presents Wako Gidi Festival on Sunday, being 23rd of July 2023 at Ugunabu. We'll be live at the pool bar by 3 p.m. Come with your friends and family and enjoy yourself. Have a blast. Be there.
Daalụnụ ndị Ogidi, aha m bụ Nwaada Queen Miracle Oluebube Okeke, abụ m Ada Ogidi 2022-2023. Eji m ohere a wee na-ekene Igwe Eze Chuomaya n'Ogidi, Igwe Ịyadịo, ka Nwafọ Ogidi a wetara ịfụnanya, udo na ọganihu, ka unu na-ege ebe ọ na-adị 103.5 FM. Daalụnụ.
Ladies and gentlemen, tighten your seatbelt as we take you on this smooth ride.
Let's go!
It's the morning drive on 103.5 Ebonade FM, keeping your morning engaging.